with Joe Sullivan. He's just had a big feed to fuel the inner man. I guess you would burn off a lot of stuff, especially on a day like yesterday. How was it?
Yeah, yesterday was pretty warm. We were getting pushed a lot with big wing trims, so it's definitely burning a lot of energy.
And we were watching the way that the boat was going in the light. Sorry, noise from the kitchen. I mean, how much harder is it when it is, you know, when you were getting a lot of praise from your skipper, from Peter Burling, for the amount of oil that you were producing.
Yeah.
Is it harder, light or heavy?
Both have their advantages and disadvantages. Sometimes in the light it can be really difficult when you split. So we sometimes split up and one person goes forward, then it's one less person pumping fluid and oil, so it becomes a bit more difficult then. But sometimes when we get it locked in, then there's less wing movement, so it can be easier as well. So it all depends, and in heavy air the wings getting moved a lot, the rake's being moved a lot, so it's all different.
It was yesterday one of the things that we noticed that took us initially by surprise is when I think we saw JJ up near the mast putting his weight forward.
Yep.
You amazingly seem to be coping fairly well without him, but was that a bit of an illusion?
Yeah, probably more of an illusion. You definitely have to push a bit harder when you haven't got your partner backing you up, so yeah, it's difficult in that, but it's something that we've trained for and we're getting used to now. So
and the idea there, weight forward, rudders up, less resistance, is that the
tilt the boat forward, make it fall forward.
Now yesterday was obviously, you know, a massive win, but you won't get carried away with that. But what did it feel like on the boat? What was the mood like when you could, you know, see that you were able to fly when somebody else couldn't?
It was really positive, I guess. It's a good feeling when you're out in front, and I think once we got the lead, everyone could relax a bit more, and I think we got even better because everyone was calm and could think clearly and no pressure, so our manoeuvres came better, and just having that relaxed feel was always really helpful.
Okay, now today you've got the Japanese first, then the French. How are you looking at today?
The same way we look at every race. We're all back on zero when we cross the start line, and we just have to keep winning. We're always going to push it as hard as we can and give nothing, really.
Good man. Okay, well, we're looking forward to watching it. Good luck this afternoon.
Thank you.
Joe Sullivan. Wings on its way out, crane is up, and you can see by my shirt here that it's blowing a lot, 15-16 knots. I think it might drop slightly. I've just come back from the briefing, and Ian Murray, the race director, was saying that maybe mid-afternoon it might drop off a little bit, and we were wondering how that might affect the crossover and how you set the boat up, so that could be fairly crucial for when we get underway today. So Team New Zealand with two races today. First up the Japanese, and then they sail against France. So two interesting races ahead. It's not going to be like yesterday. Everything should happen on time, and the race committee very confident that they're going to rip through these races today, and it could be pretty interesting.